Good morning. I was wearing my skipper shirt today. I'm feeling a little skippy. I don't know where Kayla's done sleeping in or something. She's sleeping in on a job. She ain't here. She ain't in the basement. Chris is in the basement, but Kayla's not in the basement. Somebody go wake her up. Tell her it's time to go to work. All right, hang on. I got to look at my notes. Okay, I know what I was. I remember what. Her computer won't connect. Okay. Good morning. It is another beautiful rainy day in Coleman, Alabama, and I have zits all over my face. Just being honest. Just being honest. And it's driving me crazy. I don't know. I am too old to be having zits on my face. Just saying. Look at all this. I'm like, what the heck? It's terrible. Terrible. Okay, I'm going to get my stuff out. How are y'all this morning? I'm not going to take my glasses off yet. Rainy in West Virginia. Yeah. It's pretty much Kayla is in the basement. Shout out to Chris and Kayla for helping me with monitoring. Of course, you know what? Let me just say this. So sometimes I say I should go live at a different time because I feel like I would reach more people if I went live at a different time. But then I'm like, in my head, I'm just like, I can't go live at a different time. I mean, I guess I could, but like during field trip season and stuff like that, I wouldn't be consistent, because people are pulling in the driveway and I just couldn't do it. And I sit here and think in my head about, what, I mean, I do want to reach more people. But then again, I'm like at 7 a.m., we don't have the crazies. I mean, it's legit people that are wanting to they want to be a better version of themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like, you tell me what you think. Now, this is just for me personally. I feel like people that struggle with anxiety and depression need to learn how to be a morning person. That's what I feel like. And it's all about being committed to being better, and it's about being disciplined. And discipline is getting your booty out of the bed in the morning. And people with depression and anxiety struggle with getting out of the bed or getting off the couch. It's just, I know that personally, that's what I used to do. And I feel like that when you get in a routine of getting up in the morning and you get yourself, and I can remember there was a time in my life there would be no way that I would get up on the weekends at 5:30 in the morning. Like weekends were sleeping till like 1:00, and I was not disciplined at all. And then I can remember it was time to go to work on Monday and I'd be like, oh, I got to get up at 5:00, take a shower, get ready. But I have found that when you do the same thing every single day, it's easier for you to overcome the struggle of getting up. If you get up Monday through Friday at 5 a.m. and then sleep in all weekend, come Monday morning, you hate your life. But if you learn how to be a morning person and get accustomed to getting up every single day at the same time, what happens is you're slap worn out by nighttime and you sleep all night. That's me. But I know some people would rather be a night person, and I'm not knocking the people that are night owls and sleep during the day. I just for I'm speaking for myself and people with anxiety and depression. I can remember when I was a kid. I don't know if your mom said this, but when I was a kid, my mom said there's nothing good going on after 10 o'clock. Like when it would be curfew time, she'd go, "There's nothing good going on in the streets after 10 o'clock, Judy. You need to be home." And I think about, like, you know, people that can't sleep at night and that struggle with insomnia. I've been there because part of my depression and what was like, I would go through these periods of not being able to sleep. And I can remember just being absolutely exhausted in the mornings, but wide awake at night and couldn't sleep. And I'm like, I've got my days and nights mixed up. And I will tell you now that I am on a routine of getting my butt up early, I find that it gets my day started off right. And so the thought of me changing my life is like not going to happen, because I would rather have 100 people here that are committed to making better changes in their life versus 1,000 people that are sitting here going, "You're so stupid for putting on your makeup," and you know what I mean? I would rather have 100 committed people that are like, "Hey, I'm here. I'm dedicated. I want to be a better version of myself. Let's talk. I'm struggling with this." I would rather chit chat that way versus having 10,000, I wish, 1,000 people just griping and complaining and saying that, when people get in the comments and start being silly, it's like a distraction. And I feel like the lives that we do in the mornings are more serious, and we don't need all that. Like, we're here to be better versions of ourselves. We're not here to sit here and get distracted from people that really don't want to be here. That's how I feel. So I appreciate you guys being dedicated, getting up, whether you're in your pajamas or not. Okay, we're here and we have on a shirt and we look like we got it together this morning, right? There's days when you're like, I just can't do it, but I'm dancing because I'm here, I'm live, I'm with y'all. At least I'm presentable up here, and that's all that matters. Okay, I'm drinking coffee this morning. There's a couple things that I wanted to talk about, and I can't decide if I want to put makeup on my zit face. I feel like my face needs to breathe. I want to remind y'all that I am not going live on Wednesday at 7 a.m. I will be in the car. No, I'll be out letting animals out because I'll have to be in the car by 8 to be at my son's by 9, because on Wednesday, it is my first vacation since Sneed's Farmhouse really started. I sort of went on a vacation last April when I traveled to Kalmbach in Ohio to meet them, because Kalmbach, we've been in a relationship for about 3 or 4 years now, and they have been very dedicated to Sneed's Farmhouse, helping me grow. And they provide my chicken feed for my chickens. And as a matter of fact, my entire farm is Kalmbach. I don't feed any. That's how serious I am about Kalmbach. It is not the cheapest food, but my animals are my babies, and I trust Kalmbach. So when I went there to meet them, I got to tour the facility, meet the lady that is sort of in charge of me and my sponsorship and stuff. And she surprised me with the photo shoot that I didn't know was going to happen. And they took me to this field, and they brought in cameras and all this stuff and made me feel like a celebrity. And they didn't tell me that I was going to be on the front cover of the feed guide. And so they surprised me and put me, if you have, hang on, I'll show you. In case you haven't seen it, I do have a lot of new followers. This is what they did and did not tell me they were doing. And so they sent me this, and I was like, I'm on the front guide of the poultry guide for feed. So it was an honor that they did this. It was a big honor. And I have a very close relationship with them. And so that I went sort of on a vacation last April, but it was kind of like a for work vacation. We did go to the zoo, Cincinnati Zoo, and that was fun. But this time it has nothing to do with Sneed's Farmhouse. It's my son and I. It's my youngest son. He's in theater, and he's wanting to go to this show. And I said, you know what? Do you care if I go with you? I know I'm your mom and I'm probably not fun, but this is the deal. I think I will get ready. I'll probably feel better. I'm still using my cowbell. I've used it every day since the day I got it. I love it. I will tell y'all that. She doesn't have a website, so I don't know how you order it. I'm hoping to one day be able to carry it in my store, but I don't know. We got to figure out all the logistics behind it. She doesn't have a website yet or anything like that. So she's in the growing stages, and I hope to help her grow. Don't know that I can, but I sure will try. Oh, email. So I didn't even know she was here. I have an oily skin, and it doesn't make my face oily at all. I thought it might, but it's not. Okay. This is the deal with me going on vacation, and I need to know if y'all can relate to me. Everything in my body hurts, okay? I am in a flare-up. I'm just going to be honest, okay? So over the past year, maybe a little bit longer, I keep getting this weird thing happening. Like 1 minute my elbow will be flared up and I can't move I can't even, if I went through a drive-through, I can't grab a Coke and put it in the car because my elbow is that weak and it's swelled up. Then one time it was my thumb. I went to the ER because I thought my thumb was broke because it was swelled up huge and bruised. And I was in so much pain and there was nothing wrong. Then it was my knee. Now it's my foot. It's my sciatic nerve. It's like last year it was my upper back. For about 4 months, I couldn't even lift my arms over my head. And so I was going to the chiropractor and he said, Judy, you have 2 choices. You can quit the farm or you can get stronger. And I'm like, well, I ain't quitting. So how do I get stronger? And he's like, get your butt in the gym. And I'm like, dude, you have no clue what I do. Do you follow me on social media. Like, I don't feel like personally I can work a schedule of the gym being in my schedule. I mean, I'm picking up 50-pound bags of feed, not one bag. Let's see, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 16. I go through 25 50-pound bags of feed a month. So I'm picking up, I mean, I guess that's not a lot for the whole month. I don't know, but I did not think that going to the gym would fit in my schedule. But I sit here as I'm talking out loud. Do you remember the day that I was like, when I was drinking Coke Zeros, I said, there is no way I can drink water in the morning. It will make me sick. But I was able to do it. And I keep thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, so somehow maybe I could fit the gym in my equation. I just don't feel it in my bones to do it. But I keep injuring myself. Right now, my foot is swelling up. You can't even see my ankle bone. That's how bad my foot is swollen. And it is bruised. Shane goes, it looks like you've injured it. I'm like, I haven't. I would know if I turned my ankle. I've not done anything. So I went to the doctor. I'm going to say a year ago. And he diagnosed me with this crazy rare arthritis. I don't even remember the name of it. It's where it floats around your body and gets inflamed. And he started me on this, if you're my age or older, you get me, but you're like, another pill? Really? I've got to start another pill every day. And pills do not sit right with me. So I started this medicine, and he said, you're going to have to come back every 3 months because this can affect your sight. Okay, he should have never told me that. I'm already blind in one eye, and I am paranoid about losing my eyesight. So when he told me that, I got home, I went and got the medicine. I took it for like a week, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm not taking this medicine. And so I didn't take it, and I never went back to the doctor. And here I am a year later, still struggling. And Shane goes, well, it's your fault, Judy. You're not taking your medication. And I'm like, I ain't no, I think about Larry and his oxygen. And I'm thinking, I'm just like him. I'm just like him. But let me give you why I'm not convinced that they know what's wrong with me. Okay, there's not like an X-ray or an MRI or a blood test that can confirm that, yes, I have this rare type of cancer. So I don't believe that that's what's wrong. I'm like, that ain't it. There's like, you're just guessing. Like, there's no confirmation that this is what's going on with me. It's literally a guessing game. And that does not sit right with me. So you want me to take these pills because you're guessing that I have this arthritis? No, absolutely not. And so for the past year now, I'm just over here suffering. And so yesterday, it was terrible. I mean, I'm basically limping to walk by the afternoon. And so yesterday I did a ton of stretches, a ton. I was just like, let me stretch my Achilles, let me stretch my arch, make sure it's not plantar fasciitis. Let me drink a bunch of water to get out my toxins. Like, I was just like trying to do all that. And on top of that, I have a flare up with my sciatic nerve. Okay. This is what I did. So I'm going on vacation, right? So I was on the phone. My son and I were on the phone, and I'm going to say this was 2 months ago when we were on the phone and we were talking about what to do in St. Louis. And for some reason, I had this brain fart. Sorry. And I said, let's go to Six Flags. And he said, yes. And in the moment, it sounded like so much fun. But I forgot in the moment, I was caught up in the moment of being in my 20s, and Six Flags sounded so much fun. And now I'm going, oh no. I told my son that I would go to Six Flags. He's ripped up, excited about going to Six Flags because he's 25. And now I'm thinking in my head, how in the hello Catootie am I going to walk around Six Flags all day with my daggum foot? And then I'm thinking, okay, I'm telling my age. I have 8 screws in my neck, and I have 4 plates in my neck. And I have this sciatic nerve thing going on. And I'm like, sometimes I just have diarrhea of the mouth and I say crap without thinking. And now that we're like 2 days away from going to St. Louis, I'm like, I don't think I can do it. And this is my son. This is my son. Because I tried to back out of it. I said, Vincent, I'm not really sure if this was a good choice for me. And he's like, Mom, you better not. And I've not really told him that I'm on the struggle bus with my foot and my sciatic nerve. And I sound like a complainer. And so I'm like, okay, I said, Vincent, I don't think I thought this through. I don't think Six Flags would be a good choice for me. He went, Mother, you are not backing. And I think he thinks I'm scared to ride the rides. I ain't scared to ride the rides. But I haven't fully said what's wrong with me. Just like going, I'm hoping that, you know what I hope? We all 118 of you pray that it rains that day. And we can't ride the rides. And I probably need to sit down and say, hey dude, I can't freaking walk. My foot swelled up. But I sometimes as parents, we don't want to disappoint our kids. And if I start telling him all my ailments, no one wants to hear that my back hurts, my neck hurts, my foot hurts. Like, nobody wants to hear you complain. You know what I'm saying? And so today I decided I am going to this store that sells those On Cloud shoes. You know what I'm talking about? They're tennis shoes, sneakers, whatever you want to call them, athletic shoes. They're called On Cloud. And I am going to go buy some inserts and those shoes. And those shoes are so expensive. Of course, I still think tennis shoes should be $50 and they're like $200. It makes no sense to me. But I'm going to go buy those tennis shoes today and use my inserts and see if that helps my foot. The sciatic nerve, look, I've been on steroids. I've had a steroid shot. I have been on muscle relaxers. I have been on, what's that pain pill? Toradol, I think, Tramadol, something. It ain't working. It worked for a little bit, but it ain't working. I was in the car yesterday headed to Larry's and my dadgum sciatic nerve was about to kill me. And the human being was so funny. The only thing that works is for me to sit on my purse. So when we get in the car and I stick my purse under my left butt cheek to elevate it, my son's going to be like, why are you sitting on your purse? Oh, I'm hiding my money. I don't want nobody to get my money, so I'm gonna sit on my purse. I don't know what I'm gonna say. So I wish if you are from Missouri, if there's something in St. Louis, okay, let me tell you what he's into. He's into theater, huge. So if there's a show that or something like that, I don't know, he would love it, and maybe I could talk him into going to this show versus going to Six Flags because I didn't think it through. And now I've waited to the last minute to tell him the truth. To go, hey, listen, your mom is jacked up. If I get on the screen machine, I don't even know if it's still called that, but if I get on the screen machine, I'm probably going to go to the ER. Just say, but then again, I was thinking, well, if I get on this roller coaster, maybe it'll pop my back and maybe my sciatic nerve will stop hurting. It'd be like kind of going to the chiropractor and it just and then it just knocks whatever's out of place in place and I'll feel better. But sometimes with this flare up in my sciatic nerve, I can't even hardly pick my right leg up. Like it hurts so bad that I can't even pick the right. I have to drag it. And I thought back to the chiropractor and him telling me that I had choices. Doesn't he sound like me? You have choices. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, do I need to go back to the gym? I've been in the gym my whole life, and you would think that it would not bother me to go back to the gym. And I've been a personal trainer for umpteen thousand years, so I know what to do at home. But you know how, like, you know what to do, but you won't do it at home? You have to surround yourself with people to encourage you to do it. Well, I don't have any friends that would go to the gym with me. just saying. And I would be that terrible gym person that I really wouldn't want. I don't know. I think I need to start working out with weights, like my chiropractor said. But I feel like if I do have this arthritis, weights are going to aggravate it. You know what I'm saying? So I've got to figure out, I'm going to have to break this down and figure out what the crap's wrong with me, because if it is that rare arthritis, then I guess I need to take the medicine because it's constantly happening. As soon as my foot starts getting better and I start getting relief, it'll go somewhere else. And then it's a flare up. It is constant. I feel like a hypochondriac. That's what I feel like. And I try to sit here and not complain because nobody wants to hear a complainer. And and Shane will go, why are you limping? I'm like, just quit worrying about me. Just keep on keeping on. And he's like, is your foot hurting? I'm like, let me just show you. So I pulled my shoe off and he was like, Judy, your foot is black. He's like, there's no way that's arthritis. You've hurt your foot. I'm like, no, I haven't. No, I haven't. This is whatever this crap is that I've got is doing to me. It causes swelling so bad that I am bruised. It's the craziest thing. Anyway, okay, switching the subject. I have talked about this before. This is more for the older generation. So if you're a young chick, you probably won't get me, but maybe you'll learn something from this. But you know how I talk about being left behind? Like how if when I say we, I'm talking about the older population, 50 and older, okay? Really probably in the late 40s and older. You know, all this new technology is coming out. And if we do not learn how to do it, we are going to get left behind. Especially like for example, which I've talked about this before, but we have a few restaurants at in Coleman that are fairly new, and you can't. You know how like at McDonald's you pull up to the drive-through and the speaker comes out and the lady goes, "Welcome to McDonald's. Can I help you?" And you're like, "Yeah, I want a number one with the Diet Coke." Okay, pull around. Okay, it's getting to the point where you don't do that anymore. It's getting to the point where you have to download an app because on Chipotle and McAllister's, these are two restaurants. There's three. Urban Cookhouse, I think that's the name of it. Those are my three favorite restaurants: Chipotle, McAllister's, and Urban Cookhouse. Those are my three. And all three of them have drive-throughs. But you don't pull up to the drive-through and say, "I would like a buffalo chicken wrap." Pull around. You have to download the app, order on the app, tell them what time you're picking it up, and then you pull into the fast food restaurant and drive around to the drive-through window, and they go, "What is your name?" And you say, "Judy," and they're like, "Okay," and they give you your order. If you don't learn how to do that, you're going to be left behind and you're not going to eat. You're going to eventually not eat at a fast food restaurant because that is the way the society is going. Everything is electronic. It's the same thing as if when COVID hit us. If you did not know how to purchase your groceries on an app from Walmart or Publix or Kroger or wherever you shop, you're in trouble because you can't walk into the grocery store because COVID's hit. And elderly people are like, "Wait a minute, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to download an app and order my groceries." I'm telling you, you need to sit down with your children and say, "Show me how to order groceries." And your kids are like, "Mom, you're going to be ordering $1 million worth of groceries. You don't need to learn how to do this." That's what they're going to say, okay? But I'm telling you that if you do not move with society, checks are going away. Back when I was young, you wrote checks for your bills. That's going away. If you don't learn how to use a debit card and you don't learn how to pay your bills online, you're going to be left behind because no longer there's going to come a day where there's no more checks. And it seems weird. Another thing that is happening is cable TV. Okay. Back in the day, you had your little cable box and the way you changed the channel was you walked up to the TV. Kayla's probably like, "What's she talking about?" You walk up to the TV and you move this little button and it's like channel 6, channel 8, channel 13, and you move the little thing. You remember I'm talking about that little brown box that was on top of the TV and you just moved it to the channel you wanted? Like you didn't have a remote control. You physically had to get up and walk to the TV and move the little thing. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Okay. Well, it went to a remote control. Well, if you're an elderly person and you're sitting there looking at the remote control and you're like, "Look, I just want to change the channels. Show me where the volume button is and show me where the channel changing is." And you memorize those two buttons and there's this remote control of all these buttons and you're like, "I have no idea what all this stuff is. I just know how to change the channel and I know how to turn up the volume." You're going to get left behind. If you do not learn technology, you're going to get left behind. And then You're going to be that elderly person that gets scammed because someone's going to call you on the phone and say they're going to pretend to be your grandson and they're going to pretend like they're in jail and need bond money. And you're going to go, oh, Johnny Joe is in jail and I'm going to have to send $100 to get him out of jail. And you're going to do it because you don't understand scammers. You're going to get left behind. So you need to listen to your Aunt Judy and sometime soon sit down with your family members, your children, whoever, and say, listen, teach me how to use Venmo or Cash App because that's happening too. Teach me how to not write checks. Teach me how to order my drive-through on my app. Teach me how to order my groceries. Teach me what the crap this remote means. Or go play with it yourself. You can't screw anything up on your remote. But sit there and try to figure it out. Okay, now that I tell you that, let me tell you how I'm getting left behind. Okay. So, cable TV is going away. Isn't that crazy? Like cable TV is fixing to not be here anymore. Because your choices are you can pay $150 for Dish Network, or you can pay, I don't remember how much YouTube TV is, or you can purchase YouTube TV for $29.99. I'm just saying. Okay, those are your choices. $150 for cable, or you can pay $29.99 for YouTube TV. Okay, so this is the deal. Larry has lived with me for 7 years. That joker is all about the sports channels, okay? He has to have every single sports channel there is. So my cable bill is about $150. Well, Larry is not here anymore. And I cannot see Shane and I paying $150 for cable because this is what Shane and I do not stay in the house. We are outside working 24/7. The only time our TV gets turned on is if I'm getting interviewed on the news, I'll turn it on to watch myself on TV. And Shane watches hunting for about 15 minutes at night to go to bed. And that's the only time our TV gets turned on. But then, you know, the thought of me not having cable TV when I want it and I don't have it, like say there's a tornado coming and I want to watch the news, I can't watch it if I don't have cable TV. But so I'm going to pay $150 a month in case there's a tornado when I got my cell phone that has the radar and we have a siren that goes off when there's a tornado close to take shelter. Okay. So I am getting left behind because what happened, because Larry's a TV person, y'all, we have, I don't know how big it is. I'm going to say 80 inches, 85 inches TV in this living room that looks like a daggum. We're at the movie theater. Okay. That's one of Larry's TVs. We have that TV. We have this huge TV in Larry's bedroom. We have a TV in our room. We have a TV in the garage. And now we have a TV in the education center. And so I was wanting cable, or not cable. I was wanting to be able to run my YouTube video in my education center at all times when I have a field trip and stuff to show people what I do on YouTube. And so I am an elderly person getting left behind with cable, and I don't understand why I can't get cable TV in my education center. It's not in my house. So I called the dish man and I said, hey, I want cable TV in that building. And he's like, honey, you can't get cable TV because it's too far away. We can't run a cable to get cable TV in your education center. And I'm thinking in my head, all this technology and we can't get cable in my education center. And he's like, no, ma'am. He goes, you need to download the Dish app, run Wi-Fi in your education center, and you can watch Dish from your app. And I'm over here going, I have no idea what that means. Okay. Download my Dish app on my phone, get Wi-Fi in my building, and then the Dish works. That makes absolutely 0 sense to me. So I can tell I'm aging because I'm not understanding all this. I'm not. So therefore, I'm frustrated because I don't understand any of it. I'm like, how in the world does a TV work from a daggum app? So I was talking to Shane. Well, let me back up. So when the Dish guy was here, I was on the phone with Dish and they were canceling my ticket or whatever because they couldn't do the job. So he was on the phone with some customer service rep saying that he needed to cancel the job. And so the guy got on the phone with me and he was like, your contract is about to be up. And do you want to renew your contract? And I said no, because I didn't know I didn't even understand that. And he goes, well, it'll lock it in for the same price, but if you don't renew your contract, your bill's going up. And I was like, higher than $150? Are you kidding me? So we're paying $150 to watch 15 minutes of hunting. So I said, Shane, we cutting it off. I'm tired of it. I'm not paying it again. So my young little kids came. How old are my kids? 20. My oldest son, he's 27. Him and his girlfriend came over. And one of my problems with not being able to get cable in my education center is I can't even tell if it's a smart TV or not because I can't find the remote. So my son and his girlfriend came over and I said, I want to run YouTube on this, but I can't find the remote. So I guess I'm going to have to get a new TV. And they were looking at me like I had 4 horns on my head. And I was like, well, what do you do? I said, can I buy one? And they were like, Mom, all you have to do is download the Vizio app. What? Download a Vizio app. They were like, the Vizio app will work as a remote for your TV. Makes no sense to me. I'm getting left behind. See, you ain't alone. I'm getting left behind too. It makes no sense to me. So then this word that I've heard of, Roku, Fire Stick. Have y'all heard of this? Like, you're like, what is this? Like, that sounds confusing to me. I don't know how to use it. And so my son's girlfriend said, all you have to buy is a Roku. What the crap? I mean, I've heard of a Roku, but I don't know what a Roku is. I'm like, what? And she was like, Judy. So she goes on Amazon and she orders me this Roku. Okay. Are y'all still paying for Dish Network like me? Okay. So anyway, so she goes, all you have to do is stick this little Roku onto the TV, go buy a little, Velcro patch, stick it onto the TV, and bam, your TV works. It acts as if it's a smart TV. Makes no sense to me. But I'm doing what she's telling me to do because I know they know more than me. So I ordered for $40. Only 40. I think it was 37 to be exact. So for $37, I ordered this Roku to attach to that TV in my education center. And she's like, it's going to work. But you need YouTube TV. And I'm thinking, there is no way I know how to use YouTube TV. Like, I don't understand it. Like, so when you, and probably all you YouTube people are like, Judy, you're getting left behind. YouTube TV is the way to go. But I don't understand it. And for all you Facebook people that are scared to go to YouTube, I get you. Me too. I don't understand it. So I don't know, like the YouTube TV, I think is like $50 a month for YouTube TV. But like, if I do YouTube TV, am I going to get like channel 6 or no? Like, I don't understand it. I do not. It makes no sense to me. And I think in my head, I'm like, okay, I've got to move forward and I've got to understand this, because if I don't, I'm going to get left behind. And Dish Network is not going to be here in a couple of years. It's going away because people are getting smart and they're like, dude, I'm not paying $150 for cable when I can get a Roku, I don't know, and YouTube for $50. That makes no sense to pay $150. So see how if you're paying for your Dish Network or your whatever you're paying for and you're spending $100, if I could cut your bill in half, would you listen to me? Well, if some salesperson came to your front door, you're going to go, no. But I'm your Aunt Judy, right? You know me. So together we have to hold each other's hand and get YouTube TV or a Roku or whatever, because I don't understand it. So this is the deal. So I've ordered the Roku. I'm assuming it's going to come in after I get back from vacation. So I do not understand how a TV that is not a smart TV will be able to go to YouTube once it has Roku. I don't understand it. But I'm going to be the guinea pig for all of us people that are scared to death of YouTube. I post on YouTube 3 times a week, actually every day, but I don't understand how the TV part works. I mean, if you can watch, Cog Hill or I'm a Survivor or Sneed's Farmhouse on YouTube without having to pay $50 a month, what is the $50? What TV am I watching? Like, I don't understand. Do y'all feel me? So after I get back from vacation, I'm assuming my little Roku thing will be here. So know that if you are getting left behind like your Aunt Judy, don't go on Amazon and buy a Roku, because you have to buy a certain one with your TV. So if you go out there and order a Roku and it's the wrong thing, then your TV's not going to work and you're going to think I'm a jackleg. And you're going to think that I'm getting a kickback. You're going to think that I'm getting a kickback from trying to get you off Dish Network. But when I get back, you and I together will figure this out, because I don't understand any of it. I do not. But I'm willing to learn to save money, because really it has nothing to do with saving money. Really, the only reason I'm willing to learn is because I want to get my YouTube on my TV in my education center. So because I'm wanting that, it's forcing me to get out of my comfort zone and get rid of Dish Network. I just keep paying the $150 a month so Shane can watch 15 minutes of hunting, which is silly, but I don't like change. I don't like change that I don't understand. Okay? That's the bottom line. I don't mind changing trying something new, but if I don't understand it, then I'm not changing. I'm just going to stay in my comfort zone. You too? You get me? You're like, I'm comfortable with Dish Network. I know where the volume button is and I know where the channel button is. So I am in my comfort zone. So me too. I'm just like that. But I'm telling you that if you do not move forward with technology, I think that's my son. If you do not move forward with technology, there's going to come a day where checks are cut off, Dish Network's cut off. You can't go through McDonald's and order a cheeseburger. You're going to have to go through an app. So these are things you're going to have to learn. If a smartphone scares you or YouTube scares you or an app scares you, you're not alone. Me too. Me too. But don't go get your neighbor to show you how to do this. Go to your family. Call your kids on your phone and go, listen, there's this jackleg that I listen to in the morning, and she's telling me I'm going to get left behind if I don't cancel my Dish Network. And my bill is going up higher and higher each year. And I want you to come. I trust you. I want you to come to my house and show me how to do this. And I need you not to yell at me because I don't understand, because I'm an old jackleg. Okay. I don't get it. So if you're going to come here and yell at me, go, Mom, are you kidding me? No, I'm not kidding you. I don't know how to do it. I do not know how to do it. And here I am on social media, and I don't even know how to use YouTube TV. And there is a perk to using YouTube TV. You don't have to watch commercials any longer. No. I think you have to be YouTube Premium to not watch. Is that right? I'm not sure. It may just be YouTube TV. You don't have to watch commercials. But and guess what? If you're on YouTube Premium or whatever it is that you don't watch commercials, you're like, well, I want to support Aunt Judy. I want to watch the commercials. Well, guess what? They do pay me for when you don't watch commercials on YouTube TV. I do. I still get paid. So don't think that you have to sit there and watch the commercial. You're like, okay, here comes the commercial. Well, I want to support Aunt Judy, so I got to watch it for at least 30 seconds, and then I'll hit skip. Okay? Yes, if you don't have YouTube TV, you have to watch my commercials for at least 30 seconds for me to get an incentive. But when you're on where you don't have to watch commercials, you're still supporting my farm. So don't think that. Don't think if you quit getting commercials, you're not supporting your favorite channel, because you are. So are you like me and getting left behind? That is the question. But you see how quickly you can get left behind. And I'm going to say this. I need to get my preaching stick out. I'm just going to use this as my preaching stick. Do not get your neighbors to teach you how to do this. Call your children. Call your children or your sister that's younger. I don't know. Don't call someone you don't know. You need to get someone to show you that you can trust. And it is not your neighbor. Call your children and say, hey, Jackleg, get over to my house and show me how to do this, because I don't know how to order McDonald's anymore. And McDonald's is my favorite cheeseburger, and I'm about to get left behind. Because your Aunt Judy is trying not to get left behind, but I am. When it comes to cable, I'm getting, if you think about it, I'm getting taken advantage of. I am. I'm paying $150 a month for cable when I can buy a Roku for $37. You get me? You feel me? I hope that makes sense, because I feel like it's something important that y'all need to hear, because as I'm sitting here doing all this, you know how I tell you that I'm like, I try to go, please, y'all go follow my YouTube. If you love me and support me, please go to YouTube. YouTube channel is Sneed's Farmhouse. Go to YouTube and you're like, I don't know how to use YouTube. I don't know how to use it. You know? Oh, Lord. My kid's here. I just said Shane. He ain't Shane. My kid's here. Y'all say hey to my kid. We're in countdown. Today, I'm going to get our snacks. Have you been on my live the whole time, child of mine? Sweet child of mine. Have you been on my live? Your mom's jacked up, Vanson. Okay, look. Vanson, I'm a meemaw, okay? I do want to go to Six Flags in my okay, what if we do this? What if we go to Six Flags and I'll ride the water rides. God, I sound like my mother. I remember my mom having this conversation with me. They go, I can ride the water logs. Why don't we just go to the shows at Six Flags? I love the shows. We can go to the shows. We can eat good food. I can't even read this. Oh, you got you got work in 6 minutes. Y'all, my kid is awesome. Y'all say hey to Vanson. I know he's got a weird name. He's probably the only kid named Vanson in the whole United States. Just saying. He is named after a motorcycle. Leathers. I know. His dad was real into motorcycles. And Corbin is the older son, and that is a motorcycle seat. Vanson is motorcycle leathers. So that's where his name came from. It is so jacked up. But I love the name Vanson. I think it's a beautiful name. You saw somebody named Vanson? I have never seen anybody named Vanson. Okay, y'all. I'm going to have to let y'all go a little early today. This is probably too much information, but I don't want you to worry about me. But I need to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to have to let you go early because I've been on the struggle bus this morning with going to the bathroom. Welcome to being an old lady, okay? So remember, today is Monday and you have choices, right? Sitting it out is letting technology pass you by. Dancing is getting out of your comfort zone, calling your children, saying, hey, there's this jackleg on Facebook named Aunt Judy. She thinks she's my aunt, and she's telling me to call you for my cable bill to be lower. And she said that I can do YouTube TV or Roku. Do not call your neighbor, call your children. Love you. I hope you dance. I'll see you next time.